Day 6 of trying to sell 1 million copies. 1 million. My kids' book, I Didn't Pee My Pants. I set up again today in town. Do you remember the little stand I had? Well, yeah, I set up and managed to sell 15 books today. So that leaves a grand total of 25 books that I've sold directly, which will take me down to, all I've got to sell now is 999,975. So I'm on the way to sell 1 million books. I haven't sold any online yet because it's all new, none on Amazon. And someone was saying to me, yeah, Wimpole, you should tell them what the book's about. People should know what the book's about. And I don't think I actually told you what the book's about. It's a book about resilience, the greatest of resilience, and why I wrote it, and the features it's got in it, because it's good value here. I wrote it because I just thought, you know, there's kids out there who, how can you make them feel kind of resilient? Doesn't matter what people think of them. So I come up with this story. It's the ultimate resilience story, really. Basically, it's a story about Noah. That's the character there, Noah. And he spills water on his trousers on his way to school. I'll show you a couple of the images. If you can see them, got white noise there. So yeah, can you see him all right? It's a bit, yeah, right. Well, he's got one pair of trousers, new pair of trousers he's putting on, and he's going to school basically, and he's with his dad, and he always has a drink of water before he goes to school. And so, like, he downs this water, but because he drank it a bit too fast, he spilt on his trousers. Now, can I ask you, have you ever spilt some water on your trousers, and like you're out somewhere and it looks like you peed yourself? What did you do when you done it? I know what I'd done many years ago. I remember doing it, and I was in a nightclub, and I was like, no. So I just got some more water and I threw some over there, and I've chucked a little bit there, chucked it over. And I walked out, yeah, splashed all over me, didn't it? Because I didn't want to walk out with a one patch. Has it happened to you? And how did you deal with it? Let me know. Anyway, young Noah here has the same happen to him, and he's like, his mum wants to say, put your old ones on. He said that I've already thrown them away in the bin, and so she goes, well, get some here, I'll put them in the tumble dryer. But like, he says, well, I'll be late for school. And so like, he's like, Dad, it's only a bit of water, it'll dry on a sunny day, won't it? He said, yeah, son, on a day like this, of course it will. So he's like, we know you never peed your pants, so what's the biggie? And he's like, yeah, you're right. As long as I know the truth, that's all it is. So you can know where the story's going. Off he goes to school, and it's about everyone on the way thinking he's peed his pants, and how he handles it. The lollipop lady, the sweet shop lady, you know, and it's like how he handles it, and it's quite a profound message for the kids, which I have to say, I've got some reports, the kids are getting what the message is, which is basically, no matter what people think negative about you, you know, you got to be resilient. You know your own truth. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter. And that's the story right there. He hasn't got to explain himself for anyone. There's a twist at the end, so I won't go right to the end and show you what's going on. There is a twist. It's quite funny as well. There's a powerful message to the kids, and what the ultimate flex, can you imagine? And as for value, I thought, when I was making this, I thought, well, I want it to stand out. I want it to be a special book. So when someone buys it, someone buys the paperback for $9.99 or the hardback here for more, in the back, I've got this QR code. Can you see it? You might even be able to scan it if I hold it still enough. So that QR code, it goes to a cartoon, which is quite something. because I made a cartoon. Now, to make a cartoon about 3 minutes in a studio in London, you're probably looking at about 7 grand, 10 grand, right up until £70,000 to make a 3-minute cartoon. I managed to make one for £28 using, AI. I use Grok, and I took the images from this book and I put them into Grok. You get 10 seconds each clip, and I managed to make a whole cartoon of the story, and I got all the characters moving. You can only access it by scanning that in the back of the book, and it goes straight to a private account. And it's when people say, oh yeah, the book's better than the film, well, the reason why the book's always going to be better than the film is because you can't get the whole book into a film. And it's like, a film is an hour and a half, which is 120 A4 sheets of paper. That's a feature-length film. So you can't get everything from a book into one film. This is why they have series, so you can just do a little bit at a time and you get the whole book in a series. But where was I going with this? And so, because I only had 10 seconds to film each scene, I missed out probably some of the words. I said the story. I'm narrating it, by the way. I'm narrating it in my other voice. And so I had to sort of cut it a bit, not say every word for word that was in here. So the book is indeed better than the narration from the cartoon, which you're going to watch at the end of it. So that's what the story is about. And it's quite interesting because I can also say, can I just tell you this? When I was on the stall, a man came up, a young man, about 18, looked very intelligent, like he was on University Challenge or somewhere. I was talking to another couple. He's reading the book. I didn't pee my pants, so he's reading it. I didn't say anything to him, let him reading it. And then when he's finished, he's come up to me and he said, if Noah knows the truth, that's Noah knowing that he didn't pee his pants, it's just water, what does it matter if everyone else doesn't know the truth? And I said to him, well, it's about just Noah knowing the truth, and he doesn't care what everyone else thinks. Everyone else can think it's in what's in their head, it's not in his. So he doesn't care what they think. And he started crying. And I said, you all right? He said, yeah. Crying he was. And he's just wiping his ears. He goes, promise me something. I said, what's that? He said, promise me that you're going to write more books. You keep writing. I was like, okay, mate, I'll see what I can do. And he was crying, so I gave him a hug. I said, mate, are you all right? I asked him a couple of questions. But with that, he said, he walked off. And then he came back a little while later and he said to me, I really mean that, what I said. I said, what? He said, you must write more. And then he told me about this prestigious award called the Poets Laureate, which I'd never heard of. He was going on about this Poets Laureate. He said, this book, like, as if it should be in the Poets Laureate. I'm going to look it up right now, actually, and see what this Poets Laureate's about. But that's what he says. So I don't know what it was in this book, something that touched him. Because, in an age where kids do get bullied, and worrying about what other people think of you. If you don't care what people think, it could stop you. Or if you care what people think about you, it could stop you. It hinders you, stops you from doing or reaching your potential. And you can either go this way in life or that way in life, depending on how confident you are. So this book touched him somewhat, some way. I don't know. It looked as though he wished he could have read it years ago, and he might have answered a question for him, or he's answered a question for him already, but he could have done with reading it when he was younger. That's what I sensed. And so It's very important. I think it's an important book when the kid reads this and gains that confidence, and they do get it. They do get it. The teacher has told me that when they asked the kid, I said, yeah, don't care, don't matter what other people think of you, you can just be. And it's like, this is what we want. We want the confident kids, prosperous kids. So that's why I wrote it. It's a very funny story as well. It's a 3-minute read for all you parents who like to read short stories when you're putting your kids to bed. But yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. So we're 25 copies in. I'm still got a long way to go. And let's see what the internet can do. Push those sales. Shall I show you a little bit of the cartoon, what it looks like? I'll show you a little snippet of the cartoon which you get with the book. When you scan the end of the book, you get a fully animated cartoon narrated by me. I'll show you a little bit now.
I didn't pee my pants. Noah was putting on his brand new trousers. Go on, Noah, go and show Dad how good you look. Dad, look at my trousers. I love them. They have 4 pockets and this one's got a zip on it. Come on, Noah, you'll be late for school. I'm never late, Dad, said Noah. Dad poured Noah a glass of water and passed it to him, but Noah drank it too quick. Splosh! He spilled water on his trousers. Look, Mum, what shall I do now? Well, you just have to wear the trousers to hell for 1 more day. But I've already thrown them away. Oh dear, we'll take them off and I'll put them in the tumble dryer. But I'll be late for school. Well, you can't wear those, Noah. Looks like you've peed your pants, said Mum. But I didn't pee my pants. It's only a bit of water. It'll dry quickly, won't it, Dad? On a sunny day like this? It sure will dry quickly, Noah. You know you didn't pee your pants. Your mum knows you didn't. And I know you didn't, so what's the big deal? You're right, Dad. The truth is all that matters. Noah's mum grabbed Noah's hand and they set off together for school. First they came to a little boy in a pram, pointed at Noah and shouted, "Pee pee!" But Noah didn't care. I'm not worried, Mum. I didn't pee my pants. No, Noah, you didn't pee your pants, said Mum. Next, they came to Emily, the lollipop lady. Good morning, Noah. Oh dear, are you going to change your trousers when you get to school? No, my dad said it'll dry in the sun. And he crossed the road. Good morning, Miss Molly, said Noah. Good morning. Golly, said Miss Molly. Would you and your mum like to come into the shop to change? Don't want anyone knowing you've peed. No, thank you, Miss Molly. I haven't got a spare pair of trousers, and I'll be late. It'll dry in the sun. And they set off again for school. I think Miss Molly thought you peed your pants, Noah. But I didn't pee my pants, Mum. I know you didn't, Noah. Noah gets to the school gates in time. Come on.
Well, I stopped it there because I don't want to spoil the ending for you, do I?